Hello and welcome or welcome back to What Heather Did. And on today's video, it's me. There is a we actually. I'm participating in the Thrift Flip challenge hosted by the Flippin Bunch, Kat from Owling Dog Design, Dar from DIYs by Dar, Crystal over at the Crafty Creech, and Levon from Statement Designs all are hosting today's challenge, which is a $40 thrift flip challenge. And originally it was a partner challenge, and I was asked by Andy from Flip Pop to be his partner. It was an East versus West challenge, and they redesigned the challenge and changed it up a little bit, but Andy and I decided to go ahead and kind of work together to see what we could come up with, and we had already started working together, so we decided we'd just go ahead and keep going with it. And what's kind of funny is we actually both got similar pieces to work with. They're not that similar, but I am working on this piece, which I found at a local thrift store. And then he got this piece from his local thrift store. And so since we're both doing coffee tables, we decided that it would be kind of fun to just... My dog's just somebody's throwing trash away in the alley. We decided it would be fun to go ahead and keep working together. So I'll give you little snippets, but be sure to check out his video to see what he came up with, and all the other videos in the playlist, link below, maybe right there. There's somebody in the alley and my dogs are gonna protect us. Come here, hippies. Yeah, you silly girl. Don't let him knock over the tripod. Seriously, come here. Alright, let's get started to find out what Heather did today. Alright, so here is this piece. This was like the only thing here. I did not get the Cookie Monster. And I didn't really want a coffee table. This was $20. But like, this was all they had. And this is like the absolute best shot I got of this as a whole, because apparently I just didn't. So you can see there's a lot of damage on the top. And I walked in and there was like 2 chairs, a couch, and like 2 end tables and a coffee table. And that's a couple mirrors. That's it. Usually this whole little section right here is full of furniture. And and a headboard. So, you know, I got what I got. And when I bought it, the guy put it on dolly and then stuck it up on the ends and kind of scooched it along the road or driveway parking lot to load it into my car. So, yeah, all that damage there. And they actually had done it before, because the same damage is on the other side. So flatten those out nicely. Which you can stand them on end, but you know, you want to have something underneath it. So there was also this damage. Obviously they spilled something that ate right through the finish. Very rough right there, clearly in this, you know, the streaks from where they probably tried to wipe it. You can even see like there's this texture, almost like a paper towel texture. And whatever it was, it ate through this as well. Like, I can't imagine what they spilled. It just kind of melted that. It was in really rough shape. And it rehardened once the stuff dried, but my guess is that's why they got rid of it. So we'll fix that. There are a couple other spots, some damage, a couple gouges. So, you know, we got some stuff to fix. They worked really hard to put that one in there.
So see this? I found something my daughter did for me. Hang on. Sandpaper.
And of course, after cleaning, we have to sand. So it is clean, believe it or not, degreasered, whatever. Let's check in with Andy while we sand.
And there it is. This is going to be for myself because I really need a coffee table. But the problem is that these legs are too short. Because whenever I put, I receive people and I put food, Milo goes and licks it. Milo licks everything.
Okay, that cracks me up because does anybody's dog not try to get the food that's on the table? Oh my goodness. So be sure to check out his video to see what he does with it because wow. His probably involves lots of sanding too. I'm just saying. Lots and lots of sanding that we make look like it goes really fast. So all the flat surfaces I did with the sander, and then the curves I did by hand. Here I'm showing like a wet the grain. You see, it's nothing fabulous. And here I've got all the edges sanded smooth too, so these deep gouges and stuff. Everything, even though you can see the marks, they are smooth. And made sure none of that paint is chipping. It's on there pretty good. And then what is this finish called? Like the spattered look. It's on the top. They do it on top and the sides, and I don't really like it. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna be painting this. So if you're really hoping I had a change of heart and decided to keep that, it's got some problems on the top with a lot of spots that needed filling and would just overall look ugly. So I'm going to be painting it. It is wood, but it's not such super nice fancy wood that it would be horrible to paint. So it's got that weird faux finish. And then you can see in some spots, you see like really dark spots in the wood where it would need to be filled. It doesn't really look all that good. So I'm painting. Here is it all primed. It's hard. Look, it's a top. Very tall. Hi, baby. Have fun. So you see, all primed. This is where that spot was that had all the damage. And then right here. So you see, that's all covered. I even did, I can get it open right now. I gave this, I just did one coat inside. I give this a coat of primer too. This is definitely going to get, just because, like, they didn't care about it when they first did it. But I was like, make it look a little prettier. Or at least less dingy. So it's all been primed. Here are my colors that I'm planning. So I did need to go a little bit cheaper because it's supposed to be under $20, and I got these on sale. So, and then the pink, like green, maybe pink in here, a little bit of like black around the edges for like an H. I don't know. It's kind of what I'm thinking. But anyways, those are my colors. We're gonna go from there. And if the colors look like I have a theme, yes, I do. So here, it's all primed, right? Now, it might look smooth. Doesn't look very even. But what you'd feel like right here, there's just like little dust nibs and, other stuff that happens. So what we want to do is take a sanding pad and give it a light sand. This is 180. But you want to be very light with it. And then I'll block this side is because this side is harder and then this side is squishy. So I'm just going to take it and very lightly go across the surface, and you're letting the sandpaper do the work. Just do it lightly, because you just want to knock those back. And then this will give you a smoother final finish. And then it needs a little bit more, but already like most of them are knocked back. Okay, I think I'm remaking this video. I think I already did this. I was running into problems with this. This has been sanded. If you're like, wow, what's going on there? I sanded this. It sticks well. Like, it actually does survive the scratch test. However, if you sand it lightly, this wasn't sanded lightly, and then you go to wipe it back, this will happen. Yep. And that's easy to just wash off, which is like acrylic paint, which is unexpected. It's also why on like subsequent layers, I was still getting a little bit of lifting. It just was kind of a pain. So this was after several layers, and I expected to have to do a lot of layers of paint because this was cheaper paint, right? And I don't really think this would be bad on a smaller project, but not, it was too much on this one. It was a poor choice. But I was trying to find paint that I could find easily. And then while looking for a brush, a foam brush, to try that out to do this, this was like four layers, and the last one was like pretty thick. And then sanded, you can tell. But yeah. So, I found this, and I forgot I had this. So I also don't know how old this is. I had to add a little bit of Floetrol to make it workable again, but actually it's still quite nice. And because of that, I decided to go. There's really only one place to get paint where I live. I guess there's two, but one's usually closed on the weekends. So about this. Not exactly the original color I was going for, because I'm on either of them. I'm not going to lie. This was the perfect color that I wanted. Do I think this is pretty? Yes, but it's not what I wanted. That's what we're going to use. And then, again, this wasn't the pink I wanted, but I'm not unhappy with it. So I think this is going to look cute. So, just to show you, I've already started. Move everything out of the way. Once I put everything in my way, now we're going to move it out of the way. And I had taped this. You can also see I tried to, could I make that look good? And it just, I don't know. I don't want to say I don't like that paint. I just feel like this wasn't the right project. And again, there weren't adhesion problems, so I'm just going over the original, and yes, I should be spraying, or like moistening, but the paint underneath lifts easily, so I'm not doing that. And I'm not working it too much. I'm just getting a good coat on there to cover all the surfaces, and then subsequent coats I'll do a little bit differently. Okay, and then of course you gotta check the feet, so I flipped it over. I didn't. I had my son help me, and I found this little crack, so I was glad I did. Gonna squeeze some glue in there. The feet are also missing on two of the legs. Like these two are quite worn, so I popped these two off. Also clean that up a little bit more and sand it some more. Yeah, and then I'll replace those with new ones. And I just used like a little putty knife to squeeze some glue down in there, and then tape it, and then I'll sand it smooth so that that's stable. Okay, and for absolutely no realistic reason, while this was flipped over, I decided to paint it. This is fluff. I already had this. I'm definitely going over my $40 budget anyway, but it's okay. It is what it is. I had fluff, already owned it. So does that count towards my total? I don't know. But anyways, I decided to paint that. And then I was like, hey, you know it would be even cooler if it had stripes. You can also see here I've painted the underside of the tabletop, which also isn't something you would normally see and isn't normally finished, but I decided to while it was upside down. So I'm using the tape and then use that little piece as like a spacer. That way you get nice, smooth, even, and then my stripes are black. Okay, if you get the reference for the black and white stripes, put it down in the comment below. I mean, I think my theme was pretty easy to guess, but I want to know if you know why I'm doing the black and white stripes. Okay? So, comment below. And again, this is a black that I happen to have on hand. Which also, don't paint against your stripe. Like, you don't want to paint towards the tape. Paint like along the tape so it's less likely to kind of bleed underneath. And then you have to be really careful when peeling the tape because you don't want to pull the paint up. Which actually this was sticking really well, but still be careful. And I left all of them in, or most of them, because who doesn't love a satisfying paint or tape peel? And while the piece was upside down, I also made sure to get the feet painted, sanded and then painted really smooth, and get in those little crevices. I also painted the underside edge white. Definitely something nobody's ever going to see. But, you know, that didn't get stripes. I did not do that. Okay. Yeah, I painted the back red. So I painted it just a matte red because the matte is more pigmented, and then I added the metallic over it to make it sparkle. Okay, by now you'll have to have figured out my references, right? So I know I'm mixing up the book with the, well, nope, this wasn't in the book. I'm mixing up the movies, but I don't care. I needed some sparkly red feet on there. I almost thought about glitter, but I decided not to go with glitter. Okay, now it's on to repainting this with evergreen. This is thinned out a little bit with Floetrol. It'll give me a little bit more open time so I can work with it a bit more. This is honestly because the paint underneath will start lifting. So this is honestly just lay the paint down. It's gonna stick fine. It won't come up, but when you get it wet, it tends to lift. So it's really just like smooth this on as quickly as possible in a thin layer and leave it alone as much as possible. After this layer, I didn't have any other problems with the paint coming off. So it was just trying to get that on the first layer. And here's one coat of evergreen on everything. And my readers for details. Actually, this was a couple, like 2 coats, 2 or 3. So that's the color I'm gonna end up with the pink. Not my original idea, but I'm happy with it. It'll be okay. Okay, and then I needed some sparkle, right? Because, let's be honest, she sparkles. She's not just pink all the time, wearing pink all the time. She sparkles. She like shines. And I just did this in the edges here and on the legs. I'll clean up the edges in a minute, but just to give it a little bit of... I did dry brush a little bit to see how I thought about it. It just didn't look good. But I did use a stencil to do that and make the little stars. Okay, now I'm going to dry brush with black. And the key to dry brushing, this is a cheap chip brush that I cut the ends of the bristles off of, actually, because it's already been used a couple times. So I trimmed it. Dip your paint in the brush or something like that, and then wipe most of the paint off of the brush. So I had a piece of cardboard I was wiping it off on, and then just keep adding paint. You can add until you get the look you like, but you can't take away, right? And I did go with black because, you know, she's green, but she wears black all the time. She's got that black cape at the end. Okay. Full disclosure, I'm not done. I got this far. I still have some design ideas, but I haven't finished. Because one of the things I want to do is top coat before I do anything else. I also have some ideas, but I'm still practicing the look, so I'm not ready to execute yet. Okay, and funny story, because, you know, my daughter is such a character. Right after we went to see the movie, she, of course, loved it and had to play and be Elphaba. And she came in one day with my broom in like 2 pieces, and she just looks at me and goes, "It did not defy gravity." And I just couldn't be mad at her because, oh my gosh. Oh, yep, she was apparently flying on her broom. Have you seen the movie? What's your favorite part or least favorite part? What do you think about my wicked coffee table? What are some things you like? Comment below. Things you like, things you would change. Maybe did I overdo the black? Did I underdo the black? I don't know. What do you think? I haven't quite decided what to do on the top. Maybe you have a suggestion. Hey, make sure to check out the rest of the playlist, and we're going to be voting through text. So you're going to text your vote to this number on the screen here. I'll also have it in the description below. And I forgot what I was going to say. You know, like, share, subscribe, do all the things that you can to support my channel. I would really appreciate it. It helps me out as a creator to share my content. Okay, are you ready? Let me show you what I have so far. Okay, the hinges will also be gold. I'm not going to neglect the hinges. I would also be interested in hearing what you think I should do in here. Like, I kind of want to do something fun, but I can't quite decide yet. What do you think? Again, I'm still kind of up in the air on the top and what exactly I'm gonna do. I have several ideas, I just haven't really narrowed it down. I'm gonna be honest, I really like the black on it. I think it looks good. Maybe too much in some areas. I don't know. Okay, and that is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and please stay tuned to find out what Heather does next time.